Oh, the muscle up. It's a cool exercise, but for the longest time I could never do it. It wasn't until I started training certain exercises and building strength. But what really surprised me was the technique side of it. Where to place my hands, how to sway my body. And once I got that figured out, I was flying over that bar. Now, the muscle up is easier than you think, and it comprises of 3 movements. Now, the first movement is the pull-up, and then you go to the transition, and then you do the straight bar dip. Now, the first thing we want to work on is the pull-up. Now, the pull-up is one of the greatest upper body workouts you could ever do. And what you want to achieve is, at least before you start attempting the muscle up, is being able to do 10 pull-ups in a row. Now, if you can't do 10 pull-ups, that's all right. Don't worry about that. Here's a couple of other exercises that you can do that'll help you progress into being able to do 10 pull-ups. You can do bicep curls like this. You can do Australian rows like this. You can use the bands, man, like this. You can do dead hangs like this. You can do negative pull-ups like this, and let gravity slowly let you down. And once you can do 1 pull-up, you do another pull-up, and another pull-up, then you do some more pull-ups. So these are the exercises you use to progress into doing a pull-up and getting up to 10 pull-ups. So now we're gonna go into more advanced pull-up exercises. And the first one is actually one of my favorite ones. It's so amazing to actually build muscle because it just creates so much more demand for your body. And that is the explosive pull-up. Now, the muscle up is an explosive exercise, and that's why we want to work on our explosive pull-ups. And I want to show you what it looks like. You go here and then you explode up, and you see where I got up to my belly button there. Now, what allows me to really get over the bar is my grip. This is what a normal grip looks like, and this is a semi-false grip. So you want your knuckles just above the bar. Here's normal grip, here's semi-false grip, and here is the explosive pull-up. Now, the reason why it builds so much strength is because of the intensity. Intensity equals strength. So this is the process of a pull-up. You go up the top face and then you go down. So a regular pull-up is basically a flat line. You get up here and then you go down. But with an explosive pull-up, it demands so much power at the beginning. This is where you start. You get up to the part where you exploded up, then you get a drop, and then you gotta catch yourself, you get another dip, and then you finish up here. And the intensity of it is so much more, and this is why it's one of the greatest strength building exercises. Now, the next exercise you're gonna use for the muscle up is the weighted pull-up. Now, I love the weighted pull-up because you can really see your progression. You put on more weight, you see what your 1 rep max is, and then as you add more weight, you can see that you're getting better. Also, it really makes your back pop, and you get that Dorito look, and if that's what you're looking for, weighted pull-ups is the answers. So what I'm gonna do is show you a couple of techniques on how to do the weighted pull-up. The first technique you're gonna use, just grab yourself a dumbbell and then put it between your legs and you lift up. Now, the second technique is a backpack full of rocks. The third and final technique is the weighted belt. Now, to be honest, the weighted pull-up is probably the best exercise for the muscle up, because if you can lift more than your body weight, you're gonna be flying over that bar. And remember, you don't wanna do a lot of reps. You wanna basically max out or only be able to do 2. You wanna be shaking because this promotes muscle growth. Now remember, never limit yourself. If you can do more than 5 pull-ups, you can add some weight onto your pull-ups. And what I find is people put a box around themselves and say, I can't do that, and we can't have that. So as soon as you can do more than 5 pull-ups, you can do the weighted pull-up. The next exercise is the reverse muscle up. And what you're trying to do is let yourself go down slowly. But if you fall down to the ground, don't worry. That's all right. It's the actions that matter, and with practice, you'll get better. Now, with the negative muscle up, it's gonna teach you the eccentric part of the muscle up. And a technique I found that works really well to teach you how to get better at it is going into a jumping muscle up and then doing the negative muscle up going down. I'll show you how it looks like. You jump up like this, and then you slowly let yourself down like this. And you're just gonna teach your body muscle memory and the motions to do the muscle up. Now, it's surprising how much of the core you need for the muscle up. And I'm gonna show you some exercises that you can do so you can master the muscle up. Now, you got your basics, which is your crunch, your Russian twists, and your frog raises. So after those exercises become easy enough, you go into the next progression, which is doing your L-sits. Now, these are extraordinarily hard, and you can do different progressions, having your knees here, one leg out like this. And after that, you want to start getting your toes up to your hands like this. And these progressions are going to help you advance into getting the muscle up done. Now, before we go into the technique of the muscle up, there's still one last movement, which is the straight bar dip, and we're gonna train that with dips. Now, dips are an incredible exercise. They work your back, your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. And this will be the final movement that you're gonna be using to complete the muscle up. Okay, on to muscle up technique. We got 5 categories: proper grip, the swing, the explosion, the snap, and the dip. So remember when I talked about the grip, you don't want to hold it normally. You want to hold it with your knuckles above the bar like this. So that's the grip that we want. Semi-false grip, right there. Now for the swing. You want to start a foot behind the bar like this. You jump on the bar and you start to swing. Now, with the swing, once you get to a place about a foot in front of the bar, this is where the explosion starts. You see where my head is? This is very important. So the swing is now complete. Once your head is in this position right here, you are going to explode up. All those weighted pull-ups, all those explosive pull-ups we were doing, we're exploding up to this position here. Now this is the snap. This is the transition from the pull-up into the dip. This is where you snap. Now we got the snap done, and then we finish off with the dip, and there is the muscle up. Boom. And that, my friends, is how you do a muscle up.